Hi everyone, so I have some recent purchases for you today. It's kind of a mishmash of stuff from Ulta, Target, HSN, one thing from Sephora. So I just want to do the Target stuff really quick. A couple of hair things. The Batiste dry shampoo in Tropical and the Herbal Essences Naked dry shampoo. So I'm looking for something that would be a lot cheaper but similar to the Dry Bar Detox dry shampoo, which I love. The Batiste is similar. It seems to have a lot of the powder that works well for me, but the scent is a little obnoxious and I have to use a ton. And by the end of the day, my hair looks much worse than it did at the beginning. Baby's having a hard time falling asleep. And so I bought more of the Dry Bar with the Sephora sale. It will arrive in a while because yeah, I was hopeful, but I did notice that my hair starts looking really limp and greasy and pretty terrible by the end of the day. And that's part of the magical part of the Dry Bar Detox dry shampoo, is that it looks as good at the end of the day as it did at the beginning, and oftentimes that is better than it looked the day before when it was cleaner. So yeah, and I remembered liking this Herbal Essences one. I like the kind of minty scent that it has. I find that it doesn't really work that well now that I've been spoiled by that Dry Bar. This just doesn't really compare, but I will use these, you know, whatever. Oh, I do also have some Paula's Choice stuff. What else did I get from Target? This Vaseline lip therapy Rosy lips. So they have these in these little teeny tiny pots that are super cute, that look like a little Vaseline container, but like in super miniature. This is the same formula as far as I know, but it's in a tin, and so it's about twice the amount. It was on sale, I think. And I find that it's super similar to what I'm trying to finish up here, which is the Benefit Posy Tint. Is it Posy Tint? Yeah. I find these on the lips look really similar. This seems to have a teeny tiny bit more of like a white base to it. So I actually kind of prefer the color of this on my lips, because with this, if I use too much and I have some pretty serious lip flakes, then it will kind of glob up in those flakes. And this doesn't do that as much. So also, this doesn't dry my lips out as badly as this one does. So it's kind of like a win-win. It's cheaper, gives the same effect. The only downside is that I have to apply this with my fingers, as opposed to this originally was in like a stick form. So yeah, that was kind of a nice little find. It does have kind of that, I think, rose scent. But sweet, maybe sweet rose. It's not bad. I don't love it, but it's not bad. Okay, I'll do Paula's Choice super fast. This, I think, is technically a repurchase, but I'm not really sure. It's the Paula's Choice Calm Redness Relief Cleanser, normal to dry. I think this is the same formula as the Moisture Boost cleanser that I am almost out of, although I think that this might be more expensive now. I'm not sure, because I think this is quite a bit smaller than the one I have in my shower. I'm gonna have to look into that. This is just a plain old repurchase. Paula's Choice Resist Super Light Daily Wrinkle Defense SPF 30. Do I have a video about this? I'm not sure. I did talk about it a lot, I think, in my updated skincare routine, which of course has changed, but this is still part of it. And what's kind of magical about this is this really helps foundation stay on my oily T-zone area. It is fairly dry, so if you have dry cheeks, if you have a dry face, this doesn't feel so good unless you put some sort of moisturizer underneath it. But yes, really helps with the lasting power of my foundation, so that was a good repurchase. Something, I'm not going to bother to get it up because really, the 2.5% benzoyl peroxide, the little one, the like travel size, it's a really good deal. Since I only use it when I have like an active breakout, and it really makes a difference. Like if I use the BHA gel, which kind of keeps my general acne at bay, but when I have a breakout, that's just not enough to like take care of it. So I use that as more of a spot treatment, as opposed to Paula's Choice says to use it wherever you get breakouts like daily. I don't do that, but I do find it really helps with the breakouts that just won't go away for a long time unless I bust out the benzoyl peroxide. So I was glad to repurchase that. Another thing from Target that I forgot to mention, the Curel Hydra Therapy Wet Skin Moisturizer. Karen from Makeup and Beauty Blog had posted about this and said that it worked really well for her and that it didn't have a scent and that it absorbed quickly. So I was very curious to try it out. I'm guessing this is, I have tried the Jergens, I think, wet skin situation, but the scent was so something I didn't like that I just had to pitch it. I could not use it because I really couldn't stand the scent. So I don't really remember if it had the same kind of effect this does, but what I'm not completely sold on with this whole concept is that it says you can towel dry as normal, but I don't normally towel dry. Normally what I do is kind of get my towel on my shoulder to dry off the upper body part, and then kind of wrap it around, and I've got my hair up in a thing, and then like my lower body, I just let it air dry. But this, you like don't, the water doesn't evaporate. So you just stay slimy. So it's like I have to towel dry, and I feel like if I rubbed, I'm just gonna rub it all off because it feels kind of like a thin layer of slime. It's not a good feeling. And I've tried to use less and less, but then I was using so little that my skin definitely felt kind of dry the next day. I'm really lazy about moisturizer. I hate using it, but in the winter I have to. I can't not. In the summer I can pretty much get away with not using it. So yeah, I'm not sure that that's better for me than just waiting until I have air dried a little bit and putting on a moisturizer. I don't know. I got 2 of them because I could work a really good deal on it, and I'll use them, but I'm not loving how that feels. Not loving the slime. Okay, should I talk about real quickly? Oh my gosh, everything is real quick. Let's do the one thing I have bought so far with the Sephora VIB sale. I made a pretty significant, like dollar-wise, but not like quantity-wise purchase online. But I did go in store because this was out of stock online. So it's the Makeup Forever Water Blend Face and Body Foundation, and this is in Y215. So I used probably about this much, about half of this significant quantity. So this is 50 milliliters, 1.69 fluid ounces, as opposed to a standard foundation is 1 ounce. So if it had been a regular foundation, I think I would have finished it, but I didn't because they give you more in these of the old formula. So I had that for a really super long time, the old Face and Body from Makeup Forever. And it was in more of a pinky color, and I think it was a little bit darker. This, I was curious. Oh, that was terrible. I was curious to try this out because they have different shades, and they have a lighter shade, and they have one, I think even lighter than this one, but more of the pink undertone. Like I have tried a sample and I have a review and demo of the HD in Y205, which is not very yellow. And you can see, like, even in the little thumbnail, that my face looks kind of lighter pink and my neck looks more yellow. So when I swatched this, I was happy to see that it's more yellow and it's still quite light. It's obviously quite sheer. But I liked, obviously, how many times can I say obviously? I obviously liked the old foundation because I used so much of it. This one has a different scent, I think, and it reminds me of a fragrance, but I can't put my finger on what fragrance. I wish it didn't have a fragrance, but at least it's one that doesn't make me feel queasy, so that's something. I am wearing it today on my face, and it's quite sheer. But so far I like it. What I liked about the old one was it's quite skin-like, and since it's quite sheer, you know, you're not gonna really see a lot of makeup. And what I need help with is redness. In general, I don't have much to cover. I don't need a lot of coverage, but I'm trying to match my face a little closer to my neck, and I'm trying to take back the redness in around my mouth, chin, nose, cheeks area. So yeah, taking down like the intensity of the freckles on my forehead because they've gotten so much sun, whatever. So far, first impressions. It's probably not going to wear very well on me, but I really like it. we'll see how I feel later. But yeah, it's kind of like MAC Face and Body where you have to like rub, and then all of a sudden it kind of grips and holds on, and it seems pretty similar to the old foundation in that regard. But so far, but I have to say, it doesn't leave your skin feeling as sticky, tacky as MAC Face and Body. And I really appreciate that, because the whole point of like a really dewy skin foundation is that you're looking kind of dewy, but if it leaves your face sticky, I can't handle it, so I have to powder it, and then that nice dewy look is gone. So I'm feeling a little frazzled / stressed. Okay, so the HSN order. Nouveau Cheap, Gianna G from Nouveau Cheap, who I've mentioned many times. She's always helping us out with all the deals. She posted about a $20 off $40 purchase, and this time through HSN, it wasn't for a new customer. It was if you use Visa checkout. And I don't even think you have to have a Visa card to use Visa checkout. You just, whatever. If you want to look it up, go right ahead. But it seems like HSN does these 20 off 40 purchase periodically for Visa checkout. So I got the LORAC Pro 3, and it came with also a full-size mascara of that one with the crazy super huge wand. So I have seen this many times, but when I got it in person, honestly, I was a little surprised at how it looked. It wasn't what I was expecting, but in a very good way, because these colors I think actually are really good for very fair skin. If you have issues where colors tend to go very orange, this is kind of like a warm and more, what I think is that has a little bit more yellow in it, and yellow browns don't go orange on me like other browns. And yeah, so I've been super pleasantly surprised with this. And I do know that there is, I think, one shade that has kind of chunky glitter, but you know what, so did I think the original LORAC Pro, maybe the Nude shade. It has glitter too. I feel like no one ever mentions that, but it's certainly not unheard of for them to have kind of a chunky glitter shade. So, but yeah, so far I've been really enjoying using this. So that leaves Ulta, I think. So they had like a 1-day 20% off for Platinum. I'm assuming that included Prestige. So there were some things that I wanted, and I picked them up, and some random stuff that I couldn't resist because I was browsing through their What's New section, and since it's holiday, there's like 3,000 new items. So one of the kind of random things that I picked up was this little set, little $10 set of the Body Shop Spiced Apple. So it came with a little tiny body butter, a baby body butter, and a shower gel, and a little kind of strangely small poof. I mean, this seems awfully small. Maybe it's a travel size poof, but still, how are you supposed to wash yourself with this tiny poof? It's, I don't know, I guess we'll give it a try and see how it works. I really like the scent of this, though I'm not sure. I don't know. I gotta wear it on myself. You know, I have this problem where I smell something in a scent, and even though there's other stuff in it, all my nose smells is that one particular thing. So this reminds me of that Nest fragrance. I don't remember which one it is. I'll find it. I had a sample of it that I finished and I liked, but it kind of reminds me of walking into Michael's. This is kind of similar, and for some reason I liked that in a fragrance, but in like a scented body product, there's something about it that like weirded me out. So I feel like there's more apple in this than my nose is letting me believe. So I just need to wear it some more and see how I feel about it. But since it's a small size, I think I can get through it. I have a really hard time, like I said, I'm very lazy about moisturizer, so I have a tendency to get these giant tubs and then I don't 100% love the scent, and so then I just kind of sit around and don't get finished. So hair, well, how about this? Let's get some like other color, because I have like a tiny bit of this left, but there isn't much left on my face. So one thing that I would definitely wanted, I don't have a ton of lip gloss. I have a ton of everything else, but I don't have a ton of lip gloss because I went through and got rid of all this lip gloss that I was never wearing, and it was old and whatever. So I think it was $10 Tati from, does she still go by Glam Life Guru? I don't know. She had mentioned this set of LORAC Alter Ego lip glosses from Ulta. So I think Ulta has one and Nordstrom maybe has one, and there's different colors. So I got the Ulta one. I was intrigued by the Goddess color and also Bay. I figured would be good, and then I figured the other colors I could probably wear as well. I have been primarily wearing those two though, the Goddess and Bay. So I'm going to go ahead and put the Goddess on just because I don't really have much color on my face. I don't have anything, any blush or anything on my cheeks, so I'm going to be looking a little pale. You know, with my cheeks, they're red, but it's not like a constant red. They just kind of flush and lose their flush throughout the day. So when I was putting my makeup on, they were quite red, so I didn't want to put anything on top of it. Anyway, so this is Goddess. She mentioned that the scent was like one of her favorite kind of delicious vanilla scented lip glosses, and that kind of sold me on it. The price was really good, $25 I think, for full-sized, yummy smelling, pretty opaque lip glosses. I'm on it. So, there's Goddess. I think it's pretty. It's quite purple. I was hoping it would be quite purple. And yeah, I like these quite a lot. So I'm happy to have those. I have worn, I think I've worn everything except maybe the brighter, darker pink and the one with, there's one with shimmer in it. I haven't worn that one. But so far I've been liking that. I got the little 2-pack of these Real Techniques Miracle Mini eraser sponges. I'm guessing eraser in regards to, oh, interesting. It says, from flaking mascara to eyeshadow fallout, these little miracles help sweep away your makeup mishaps. I didn't realize that's what they were advertising them for. Use damp to blend harsh lines or dry to pick up makeup. Oh, interesting. Huh. That's cool. It pays to, you know, actually read the instructions on your items. So far I've used this to, because I don't know, everybody talks about how much they like the little, Emily Noel 83 always talks about how she likes to use the little mini beauty blenders for her concealer, and I was intrigued, but I don't want to pay the price for the little mini ones, so I picked up the Real Techniques one since I really like the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge, the orange one. And I've used it once, and I feel like it did a really nice job. So I'm glad I got those. And it was like $5.99 for the two. I thought that was a good price. If you're in need of like bigger sponges, they have like a $20 set. But I think that you are not saving anything by buying the $20 set. I think I checked the prices on that. So it's just like the price of all of the like 4 sponges you get in it. So I had to try this out just because everybody's talking about the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. I did post some swatches on my Instagram that compared this to, got a hair that's like resting on my nose. I compared it to, let's see, Becca Moonstone, which is obviously quite a bit lighter. The Wet n Wild Reserve Your Cabana. Maybe I'll include a screenshot of that Instagram post. It was really just super quick swatches. So Wet n Wild Reserve Your Cabana, which I wear fairly often, and it's kind of a dark highlight as well. Becca Opal, Becca Moonstone, and I think that's it. So this is fairly dark, so I wouldn't want to take it too high up. It's almost like a kind of sort of bronzy-ish shade, kind of like the Wet n Wild, but it's still definitely a highlight. Yeah. I don't know. It's pretty. What else can I say? Maybe I'll put some on, since I have nothing on my cheeks. Because Emily Noel was saying how natural it looks, so that's why she really likes it. I don't know, I'm pretty shiny at the moment due to this Face and Body Water Blend foundation. So if I go too heavy, it definitely starts looking kind of peachy. But you know, since I have all those freckles, which are kind of like built-in bronzer almost, it's a little bit easier for me to get away with things that have a little bit more of a colored base, so. Okay. It Cosmetics, no. How about let's talk about my hair situation. See this purple? Oh, and see a little purple stain? Let's just keep that hair down. So, you know, I am like, yes, lazy with the hair, like lazy with the body lotion. So I've been coloring my hair for a little while now, since, well, I should say, I started coloring my hair quite some time ago, and then I stopped because it's a pain. And then I started getting a lot more gray around the front of my face. And since my hair is kind of a medium brown, when it just blended in with my face, and my hair is already a little bit thin at the front of my head, so it just looked like my head was getting wider. So that's why I started coloring my hair. At first I was doing like red, and then I decided red is such a hassle because just to rinse it out, it takes forever. So I started doing browns. Then I started trying to find like a really cool brown, and finding a cool brown hair color in a box is just kind of tricky. So, you know, I thought, darn it, I'm tired of coloring my hair. I have even more white/gray at the front of my face. Maybe I should just grow it out. Maybe it will look kind of interesting. I don't know. But growing out hair that's been dyed like a warmer color and you've got cooler roots can be pretty painful. And as it fades, it just seems to get warmer and oranger and looks almost red, and especially photographs pretty orange. And yeah, so what I decided to do was I had seen several posts of people with overtone hair color, and no, overtone like in shower treatments to kind of refresh bold colored hair. And I think they do maybe address how it's different from doing something like what I'm doing, but I didn't read it. Whatever. So anyway, I got inspired by this idea of using kind of a deposit only hair color mixed with a conditioner as kind of a fast way of adding some color into my hair without having to do like an actual color application of something like this, because it takes forever. It takes forever to rinse out. It's super messy. This stuff stains like nobody's business. So I didn't want to do something kind of fantasy color, like full intensity, because oof. But I thought this can take the edge off of that kind of orangey color, get my hair a little bit darker, cut down the orangey tone. Since I went for more of a blue based purple, this one is violet. This is Jerome Russel Punky color. They sell it at Ulta. I have done this full intensity in the past and confirmed that it just like eventually fades and washes out and you have nothing left. So that's, and I knew I liked the smell of it. It's kind of like a grape Kool-Aid type smell. So yeah, it says semi-permanent conditioning hair color. So the first time I used this, I did about half of this and half conditioner, and that ended up staining my scalp a lot. And I only rinsed it out. I didn't like shampoo it out. So this time I've used it kind of as a little interim with a small amount mixed into my conditioner. That didn't seem to really do anything. So this last time I did maybe a third of the color and 2/3 of conditioner. Also, I apply that with gloves in the shower because otherwise your hands are purple. It does wash off eventually, but it's kind of a pain. So if you have gloves, I would say probably should use it. If you don't, it's not the end of the world. So this was on sale, you know, with my discount, like $8. And I'm sure I could get about, I'm using it, maybe 8 to 10 uses out of it. So, what I did this time, since I knew I wanted to shampoo to get the stain off of my scalp, since it turns your scalp like purple, I got my hair wet, and then I did the conditioner plus the hair color, and I like really kind of scrubbed it into my scalp and really tried to get it into my ends. And so it kind of turns the rest of my hair a little bit more of a burgundy shade. which I like. Not much, it's just like kind of a light wash. And made sure to get it around my hairline. I did not get around here so much, so you can see there's definitely more purple up there than here. So the reason it looks so purple here and not anywhere else is because all of that purple is the white/gray growth. So I think once my hair is like fully gray in that way and I add that purple, it could look pretty cool. We'll see. I'm not really sure how that's gonna go. But anyway, I've decided that that's, oh my gosh, this could almost be a separate video. Maybe I'll just cut this out. So I let that sit in for like 5 minutes or so. I didn't have a lot to do in the shower, so I was feeling pretty impatient. And then I rinsed it out, and then I shampooed, and then I got out. And so my hair was left feeling pretty dry, so I put in, sprayed in a fairly generous amount of the It's a 10 Miracle Leave-In treatment stuff, and that kept it from being super tangled, though, you know, like the back especially is feeling a little tangled. And my hair, I don't know, it's just being insane lately. So far, I'm happy with that result. And yeah, you want to see kind of closer. So that kind of really purple look fades pretty quickly. But since it's pretty low effort, I don't mind redoing it regularly. Okay, so finally done talking about that. This is the last thing from Ulta, and I think the last thing that I have to talk about. Thank goodness. It Cosmetics, Your Skin But Better CC Plus Cream. So I remember a subscriber some time ago telling me, maybe a couple times, that the CC Cream and Fair isn't that dark. So I thought I would give it a try. I swatched it in store and thought, oh yeah, that doesn't look too dark. So there it is right there. It is too dark for my face, but I can lighten it. I'm still not sure how I feel about this. I like the tone of it. It's very yellowy beige. And for my redness and whatnot, that is a really good color. And it's hard to get that really good yellow. It's almost a kind of a cool yellow beigey color. It's really nice. Very good color tone for me, but it's just, it is too dark. So I do have to lighten it. I tried lightening it with my Makeup Forever Chromatic Mix stuff, but that ended up kind of settling into my pores a little bit, and that's, I think, because of the mixer. So I think I've also tried using the the MAC Face and Body in White, but since this does have SPF, and I like to be able to use this kind of thing without an SPF underneath, but that means I have to use a fair bit of it, then I don't really want to be mixing in anything with it that it doesn't also have SPF, so that's kind of a problem. I did try this mixed with the Rachel K CC Cream and Fair, which is very light and very pink, and I think that worked pretty well, though I did have to apply it with a sponge, and I wore a primer underneath, but as I recall, it looked really nice. So I think I'm going to keep trying, but I think I am going to keep this, just because the color is so nice, even though the tone is a little bit too dark. So is that all? Oh no, one more Ulta thing. So this is a repurchase. It's the Ulta Premium Cotton Pads, and I think these are sometimes compared sort of to the Shiseido. No, is it? Yeah, I think the Shiseido facial cotton. Why I was interested in these and why I like these and repurchased them is that they don't have any fuzzy side. So my eyelashes just grab on to any little fuzzy bit from a Q-tip or a facial pad and get tangled up in my eyelashes. And then that's the kind of thing where it's really hard to figure out. You can't see that little teeny tiny thread, and so it will get like tangled in my lashes and plastered to my eyeball, and then I'll spend like 4 hours with my eye being irritated and not be able to figure out why. So I really like the ones that don't have fuzzy bits if I'm going to be using them on my eyes. The other thing that they're really good for is nail polish removal, because then you can just use the heck out of these things because you don't have that fuzzy bit like getting caught in the nail polish, or like the other ones I have are like smooth on one side but then fuzzy on the back. So as you're using them more, they start like disintegrating from the fuzzy side, but these don't disintegrate like that for nail polish removal. So Love these. And they're like $5 for this pack, which seems like an awful lot. So I think the best deal would be to buy these when they have some sort of like Ulta specific brand sale. Like if you get like buy two, get one free or something, maybe that would be a better deal combined with a coupon. But yeah, I really super duper recommend these. I think that's everything. That's all I'm going to talk about because I've already talked way too much. So let me know if you purchased anything recently, if you're getting anything during the Sephora VIB sale. Oh, and also if you're not a VIB, just keep in mind that Sephora does at the end of the year, historically at least for the past quite a few years, they do a little gift card for everybody, beauty insiders included. And I think it happens in December at some point. So just keep that in mind. It's $10 off a $50 purchase for a beauty insider, $20 off a $50 for VIB, and $25 I think off for VIB Rouge. So beauty insiders, it sucks that you don't get anything during this sale time, but at least just remember that that gift card should be coming at the end of the year. So if you have in your mind like a $50 purchase perhaps for Sephora, keep your eye on the prize. It's coming. It's so hard during this time of the year because the makeup deals are insane. It's frustrating. I wish they'd spread it out during the year because I feel like have so many things that I want, but I'm just going to spend my money on things like the Ulta and the Sephora sales and maybe a Laura Mercier Friends and Family. There are some things that I kind of want from Laura Mercier. So yeah, let me know if you've picked anything up. If you have anything planned, I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. As always, I really do appreciate that. It means a lot to me and it helps keeping me motivated to make more videos. Let me know if you have any questions or comments about the stuff I picked up. And I hope you're having a wonderful day and I'll see you soon.